What's up, everybody? It's Kaio Tim, and today we are reacting to One Piece 1124 and then rolling right into One Piece 1125. Let's go on ahead and get it started. This is the second episode back into the second part of Egghead Island, and I am excited and not excited at the same time. And if you read the manga, then you know why. I know one thing, they done came back with a bang. Last episode was crazy with how it started. They didn't really do justice on the everybody standing over York, though. I will give you that. They didn't really give it justice. They should have ended the episode with that. And they shouldn't have moved Sanji. I guess they wanted him more in the forefront, but that just doesn't really work out. The fact that it's the same sound for over 1,000 episodes is insane. She's that big and being held down like that. And then of course we have Big News Morgan's about to he's getting the information how it's presented. It makes sense of how it would be printed. Robin smart. Luffy just a dunce. He knows how to be epic with it. But damn, you're dumb. Yo, Oda does a great job making us hate these people, man. For real. And then it's crazy seeing the other Marines be like, damn, this is how you look at us? Bringing up O'Hara's a low blow. The fact that Robin has, friends now, man. I don't think that's something that we saw in the manga. I think that's something new. It's been a while since I read these chapters, so maybe not. Oh no, okay. I do remember this. I just don't maybe I'm fake remembering. You better keep an eye on Lucci. You can't trust him. I don't like Usopp, but he comes in handy with tech stuff. Having the Seraphim in the bubbles are crazy. And in there with them, and then you see Tiny Mihawk gritting his teeth, and Jinbei and Kuma just meditating. Very stoic. Very, very stoic. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If there's no orders, then why would they? Yeah, because they come up with their own, they have their own personality still. Like from the original. At the end of the day, it's still Boa. Let me know down below if we know about the Stussy stuff yet. I know we seen that she was a vampire, but did we learn the other stuff about her yet? Let me know down below. Just say yes or no. I mean, for real, all you gotta do is beat her up. Nah, I mean, it did. It did, but it didn't. Because if they can get out there with York in tow as a true hostage, then, that's just how it is. Why would he be mumbling that instead of just thinking it in his head? That's absolutely insane. Why are you saying it out loud instead of thinking about it? Why wouldn't he be glaring at her? Straight betrayed her, which is actually funny because they deserve it for what they did at Water 7. Usopp has a response like us. Finally. Gia. Isn't that how Dory or Brogy laugh? Gia. You know what? I forgot Frankie has a new voice actor. I like it though. Vegapunk is coming up with the formula right there in his head. That's hilarious. That he sees his genius. Okay, let's get it started. It's beginning. We started off with a murder mystery. And now it's time to get away. It's the Great Escape. Ocean's 11. Might not be a field trip, but it's still exciting. I remember when this. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but I remember they thought there was something going on with Bonnie. Like I remember the theories that were going on with that. I want to know down below if you remember. Just say yes. If you haven't read, just let me know down below what you think about that. But Luffy's a jackass for that one. It's kind of creepy. Someone goes from moping around and brooding to all of a sudden happy, and it's creepy. I feel like the way they introduce sometimes some characters that we already know are there, it's supposed to feel like oh, a big surprise. Like, oh snap, we didn't know Borsalino was here, but the whole time we did. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, that is true. And y'all can't take all that. Well, them two probably can, but the rest of them can't. Well, I guess the Vice Admirals could stand a chance, but does Borsalino have a new voice too? Did they change his voice at some point in time? I feel like he had a lighter voice. You know, we went so long without really dealing with the Marines that it's crazy dealing with them again, right? Because even though they were on Dressrosa, we really didn't deal with them per se. We did, but not really. And then we had Zoe, Whole Cake Island, Wano, and we didn't deal with them at all. Now we are. Feels like Water 7 and Sabaody all over again. I guess more Sabaody. Here we go. It's starting. Sentomaru's ready though. And then you got all these pacifistas. Good luck. Coming in hot. Sheesh. Luffy knows. Luffy knows. Luffy knows who it is. Alright, so let's go on ahead and just jump straight in. Kizaru's just the Marine Sanji I can see. Yellowfoot Kizaru. Yee! There they go. Vice Admiral Doll. You know, I've been so used to seeing Haki and Devil Fruits, I forgot that they had their, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, you can't give them cover with them, chump. Yeah, you can't do nothing with a sea beast on you. I wonder what ship Saint Saturn's on. I guess he would be on the one in the furthest back, I presume, right? That makes sense, right? Imagine going out by a hippo. Dang. They treated him like a piñata. Don't shoot the ships. Oh yeah, it's gonna listen to you, huh? I mean, the Vice Admirals are strong. I know we didn't see them do too much in Marineford, but they were going up against some Yonko crew in Marineford, so we ain't really get a chance to see them really get busy for real, you know? CP0, Sentomaru. The Gorosei are on the top. I forgot who the other two are. Oh yeah, that brings back some trauma for them. Yeah, it was pretty dim. It was pretty grim for y'all. That's a weird thing to say. You didn't think you would see him on a marine island, right? Fighting your uncle gotta be hard. This whole thing, from this point on, I'm letting you know now, your heart will be broken. You will never look at One Piece the same after this arc. They doing these chapters justice. Come on, Sento! Now, come on. You know that didn't do anything. He separated just in time. Come on. You know that did nothing. Oh, tall head ass. That's a hell of a thing to say. They're weak. I hate them. Okay, then. Yeah, see? To have to deal with this in the middle of fighting. So they probably been with each other for a good, like, 20. Right? To an extent, like, you get, like, they're the bad guys, but you know they're doing their job and all this other stuff, so you kind of feel bad. Point blank. That's gotta hurt. I don't care how strong your defense is. That has got to hurt. Ah, man. I just keep on thinking about what's about to happen. As you can tell, this is getting kind of... Oh, man. Now he has the control. And they can't override it. When your own weapons turn against you. Imagine it was about to bite Saint Saturn shit. And you just see him sipping tea or something. I mean, the pacifistas are better. Yeah, so she's just as smart as him, huh? And here it goes. I thought he was already about to be in there. First class elevator on up. That's a hell of a time to switch. Already eating the rations. Oh, it breached the barrier. Well, you thought wrong. Well, you didn't think you would have to fight light itself. Light going through light. Just a shill for the military. A shill for the world government. Just a lapdog on the payroll. Uh-oh. Ooh. That was too, like, what? That was too much. But damn. Oh, okay. Nice thinking, Sanji. Wow, I hope we get to see this fight. Let me know down below how y'all feeling about this. Lucci versus Zoro. I think the fandom's been wanting to see this. Kizaru still ain't moved. You already know where he is. He's been waiting for this. No talking. No words. Straight hands. That's my captain. That's my captain. Luffy knows he can just whip ass. Ah, man, those 2 episodes are crazy. I forgot about some of that stuff, especially him fighting Luffy right there. I thought he didn't fight Luffy until later on. Dang, but Luffy jumping straight into action. And then I'm not sure if y'all remember this, but Rayleigh had told Luffy you need to be 100 times stronger if you want to make it in the new world and, you know, achieve your dreams and stuff like that. That's why he said we're 100 times stronger with that smirk on his face. Man, One Piece cooking right now, I tell you that much. The only thing I wish is that they would do more than 1 chapter an episode. I guess I would give both of these episodes, I would give last episode an 8 and this episode an 8.5. Maybe even a 9. I think I'll give it a 9 because they did that Sentomaru flashback in the fights justice, and then at the end with that Conqueror's hockey kick. Yeah. And we know he felt it. But once again, my name is Kaio Tim times 10. Once again, right? Okay, I'll just see my way out.